Hi, welcome to Rooted in Yeshua of Yeshua House of Fire. I'm Pastor Robert Lee.
And I'm Pastor Cheryl Lee.
And today I want to ask a question. How many of your lives are dry? You just feel like you're stretched thin.
Like a desert.
That you have nothing to give, that you're an empty vessel, that you feel like you're parched, you're starving, your throat is dry,
right.
That you just have nothing left to give. And you've poured everything out, but you're not being poured into.
Right.
How many of you feel like this sponge, which right now, there's nothing I can squeeze out of it. It's completely dried up. Some of you in the daily lives you live have left the time that you used to spend with the Lord out of the equation.
You're in a dry season.
And therefore you're, dare I say, spiritually starving and completely dry as a bone.
Spiritually thirsty.
The Lord wants to fill you. He wants to add a little bit of water to your life. Now, if I add a drop of water here, and I'm going to add a drop.
You're doing a balancing act there.
Okay. Now I've got a little bit of the Lord in me. I've added some back. I've spent some time with him, whether in prayer, in praise, and worship, in my quiet time. I've taken a walk and let him pour life into me. Now this sponge, look, has a little bit to give. Has a little bit to give. So just imagine, the more I spend time with the Lord, the more I spend time reading his word, spending time with other believers, being taught of the Lord, being in a good growth group, being in a great church that teaches me truth, that I'm able to be filled more. So that when I'm in a situation in life where I've got to give, I've got someone I meet at a grocery store who is hurting. I meet someone at my office, or a client, or someone at a Wawa or a Publix who just needs a touch from the master. I'm able to give a little bit and squeeze a little bit out and give back.
I was going to say, you notice how dry that sponge is. It's taken a little time to absorb. And in order to learn in life, we have to be like a sponge and absorb. And so the more that it gets wet, the more it absorbs and absorbs. So eventually it's completely saturated. And we want to be saturated in the presence of the Lord.
And that comes with time.
Yeah.
Dare I say we turn off Netflix? Dare I say we turn off the sitcoms? Dare I say we spend a little bit less time of things that are noise in our life, and kind of get quiet and say, God, you know how to fill me up so I can give to others.
Yes.
Jesus poured his whole life out. He gave it all in Philippians 2:17. He was poured out as a drink offering.
What I love is the thought of sitting at Jesus's feet and drinking from his cup. That is the most beautiful. Being like, for a woman, be like Mary at his feet, learning everything you can from him.
The more that I spend time, right now I'm spending time with him. I'm getting the sponge completely wet, completely. I'm diving into the deep end of the pool with the Lord. It is a joy from my perspective to spend time with him.
Deep, that reminds me.
There's more revelation that comes with spending quality time with the Lord. So as you spend time with him, then you're really able to squeeze a lot out.
The most important thing is once you learn something and you want to share it, because sharing is caring, and we give it away. We give away what we learn. But if we're dry, we can't help anybody.
When we ignore that time with him, we say, I'll get to it later. I'll do that tomorrow. I would say God's kingdom demands a sense of urgency.
Wow.
He finds it important that you spend time with him. It's a priority for him.
Yes.
Notice Jesus, for those of you especially who are watching The Chosen, he would always step away and spend time with the Lord. So be full, because one other scripture in the New Testament talks about how you need to be ready in season and out of season.
That's right.
I would say it's always hunting season for God to put you on the hunt to help someone who needs to hear and needs you to pour into their lives.
Yes, be ready. Be a vessel.
So thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Be sure to take time with the Master so he can pour his life into you, so you can pour it out for others.
That's right.
You can visit us at YeshuaHouseOfFire.org and like and subscribe to all the social media channels. And we look forward to pouring into you next time.
Yes.
Shalom.
Shalom.